Hello, welcome to the Colourful Creativity podcast. My name is Caroline and this is episode 155. You can find me everywhere as Kralalin and I have a webshop, colourfulcreativity.nl. Binks is looking at me, but apparently he's not ready to come out of the sun yet. Priorities, right? Hello everyone, welcome back to all returning viewers and welcome to all new viewers. This is a knitting, spinning, general crafting, yarn, etc. Podcast. And my name is Caroline, as I said. I live in Enschede, the Netherlands, basically on the border with Germany. And I have two cats, Binks and Laya, and a husband who is currently taking a nap. So no clue if he gets up during this podcast and I will have to break it in pieces. Not my husband, the podcast episode. Yeah, what else can I say about me? I'm an indie dyer, that's why I have a web shop. I have some exciting shop news later on. Not indie dyed, but I'm really excited about it. But first, I wanted to show you what I have been working on. Nothing has gotten finished. It has been a week last week, but I have worked on the sweater in this project bag, which is my husband's sweater. The sweater is, let me grab the pattern. In this book, Lana Grossa Men. Here it is. This is what I'm knitting. Basically a very basic Henley neck. It's got a zipper. Sorry if you can hear that. It's very windy, but we have the door open, so because it's also a bit warm. So yeah. Basically a Henley neck, very simple sweater, and I am knitting it in the yarn that's actually in the pattern. This is Lana Grossa Country Fine Tweed. You can see it is a grayish yarn with some neps, the tweedy bits, in light dark gray and blue, and it is knitting up very nice. Let me see. Get that yarn out of the way. It's not attached because I managed to finish the whole back side. So here you go. I have knit this bottom up in the round, like the pattern said, bottom up, but in pieces. And I am not one to sew things together, just not. I've never done that and I have to do that already with parts of this, so I thought, no, I'm not going to do the whole side seam, etc. Just no. I did a fake side seam with a slip stitch. I'm not really sure if you can actually see that, but here is a slip stitch row, so every other row I slipped it and the other row I just knit it. The front is on the needle and I have to calculate the armhole because the pattern is like, yeah, do the same thing as on the back. It's in German and it has all these short, just 3 letters, dot, 3 letters, dot, 1 letter, dot. I really hate patterns like that, seriously. But I think it worked out nicely. Here's the shoulder where I had to do every other round I had to bind off a few stitches. Then I had to bind off the whole neck and I had like 3 stitches on either side left. So on one side I could continue, on the other side I had to reattach my yarn. And it was like, who actually makes these things? But okay. I'm sure it will be a very nice sweater. And we are now at the front, where I have to keep in mind the armhole shaping, like here where you can see all the stitch markers. That's what I have to do at the front as well. But then also I have to keep in mind that I have to split it in the middle for the zipper. So it's gonna be interesting. But it has seen quite some progress. I'm currently knitting this on 4mm high sharps. I did the in the round part in 4.5mm because my gauge is a lot tighter when I knit in the round. If I have to do purl stitches, yeah, it's getting loose. So I have to reattach my yarn now and continue with the front. And once I have split for the zipper, I also have to have 2 different fronts. So, and then you have to mirror it yourself. You have to figure it all out yourself. The pattern is not really a hand-holding pattern. So, ta-da. But I worked on the sweater again. Now it wasn't too hot again. I also worked on this project in the TARDIS bag by All About Yarn. In here is the Vanilla Bean Stripy Sock, I think that the pattern is called. For me it's just slip 1 stitch when the color changes. I did look it up, but I only did about 3 rounds on this because I wasn't sure when to put in the heel. I have now figured that out. Look, yarn barf as well. I'm going to continue until the pink stripe, and in the middle of the pink stripe I am going to do the heel. I haven't actually decided on a heel yet, but I think it might just be a fish lips kiss heel because that's easy, and then the color change won't be too broken up like you have with a heel flap and especially the gusset. So I thought that would be nice. So here it is on my favorite high sharps, 2.5mm. And like I said, the yarn is KnitPicks Felici. Here is the ball, and this is the color Piñata. Yes, Piñata. So, and those are actually the things I've done in the past, what is it, week and a half for knitting. Yesterday I went to my friend and we spun. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? I'm really in love. This is the fiber I got on vacation. And this is all I have left to do. Like hardly anything. This is the Hestia fiber by Golden Fleece Studio. Come on, focus on the label. You can do it. There you go. Custom blend Hestia, which is merino, bamboo and mulberry silk. 55, 30 and 15%. Yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous. It is a blended yarn, as you can see in the stripes of the colors. What I am doing with this is practicing my spinning from the fold. And spinning from the fold is something I've never done before, because I usually have hand-dyed fiber and not blended fiber. I was always afraid of blended fiber, that it would be all too muddled, so you wouldn't really recognize the colors, and this is kind of muddled, but I love it. By doing it from the fold you have a bit more color variation than just spinning it as it is. I could split it up in all the different colors, but yeah, this is definitely working and I'm really enjoying it. So bobbin number 2, you can see, is here next to me, and yeah, this is all I have left. I think this is about 20 grams. So basically you split off 1 staple length for spinning from the fold. So let me hold it here. So this is about the staple length. You fold it over your finger and you spin from here. So you make sure it goes like this. And that way you get the striation of the color, and you only get that color for a little bit until it grabs into the next one. So it doesn't get too muddy like you would if you would spin it from the tip. You would grab all these colors together, and yeah, then it would be a bit like this. So now you get the colors in the sequence like you see it here. I think it's very interesting. The fiber is a dream to spin. I guess that's also because the latest things I spun weren't a dream and were really hard work and no fun at all. So yeah, really enjoying it. So I started it yesterday. I'm almost through with the second 50 gram on the bobbin. So yeah, it's going really quick. Very, very liking it. I guess it's time for acquisitions already. Remember when I keep saying that it will be light on acquisitions and then it will be very heavy on acquisitions? Yeah, that's exactly what is happening now. Oops. So let me start with a Destash that I got. I got some yarn from Anouk, and she was destashing yarn while I was on vacation, and I saw it and I was like, yes, I want it. I had already seen some photos where I was like, yeah, I really have to pay attention there. So what I have here is already caked up, but this is Baerenwolle, and this is the barefoot sock, which is basically the same as my soft sock, and again pink. The colorway is called Grenadine, and yeah, I'm a sucker for Baerenwolle. I knew Vicky very well, and it's a shame she doesn't dye anymore, but she got a new job. So the other yarn is also from one of my favorite dyers. This is from Undercover Otter, and this is Plan 9. Here you can see the skein better. Oh, some cat hair in it. This is a special colorway for the West Knits Yarn Along from a few years ago. And I already have one, but now I have two, and I can make a bigger project with it. This is the squirm base, basically same base as the Baerenwolle and soft sock, etc. So I'm very excited. There were not many people parting with the Yarn Along yarn from Undercover Otter, so I'm very, very happy that I have this now. I didn't participate in the Yarn Along because, well, Steel West's Yarn Alongs are pretty expensive and way out of my budget, and I also didn't want to have all the yarn because not all the yarn is my favorite color. So then I only wanted the Undercover Otter yarn, and yeah, well. So I am doing that in these stashes. Whenever I see it, I buy it. And then there is this skein of Spingodin, and oh, upside down. Spingodin is also a wonderful dyer, and this is called Mama's Fiooltjes. Some of you who are long-term viewers might know that I've already knit this up. I had a skein of this on the MCN base, and I put it in the shawl I knit together with my mom from Sosu Knits. I forgot the name of the shawl, but it was one with mohair in it, and I couldn't handle the mohair, so I gave the shawl away. But that also meant I gave that beautiful skein of MCN away. This is not MCN, this is superwash merino and nylon. So this is a normal sock yarn, but still I really love the colorway. So I'm very happy I got another skein. And I saw this morning that Spingodin will be at the Breidagen. And I am planning on going as well. Undercover Otter will also be there, which is awesome. Because I haven't seen Aiden in a while. So yeah, I really want to go. And I hope I can get some more amazing yarn then. So that is number 1. Destash yarn. Number 2 is a bag full and needs some introduction, and number 3 as well. I went to the Knit and Knot on the way back from vacation in Zeeland. We went to Tilburg to the Knit and Knot beurs. I have won 2 tickets, so Robert and I were able to go in, both of us, and we didn't have to pay for our tickets. I won one with Schaap en Draak, and I won a ticket with Mirjam Tegels, who is the speediest knitter in the world, according to the Guinness Book World Record. You know what I mean, the Guinness Book of Records. So yeah, we went to the Knit and Knot, and that was my first time, and it was awesome. It was just really hot and lots of people, and we also wanted to go home because we were quite far away from home still. Usually it would be a 2-hour drive. It took us 3 hours to get home because of traffic. We had a lot of standstill traffic, which was horrible. But okay, we went to the Knit and Knot. There will be a video after I finish recording, because I have recorded a whole round over the Knit and Knot, waving at some people. Some wave back as well. And I hope I can put some voiceover on that, but that will be my first time voiceovering over a video with my software, and I just hope it will work. So if it is a video with music, it didn't work. So let me dive in here. First up is some beautiful fiber from Foxy Fibers by Studio Spintel, which is the lovely Brechtje. This one, oh, there's no colorway names on it. I think this one was Anne-Sophie's hair, and this is just rainbow. How could I resist? It is really soft. It is 18.5 micron merino, and just super duper soft. And then I also saw this one. This is a rainbow silk hanky. And I've never spun with silk hankies, you know that. I got some not too long ago for the first time as a gift. Yeah, I stick to it because my fingers are a bit rough. But I wanted to open it up for you. From what I've heard and know from spinning silk hankies, you make a hole in the middle and you start spinning from there. So in this case, the silk hanky is dyed in the round, so you can make your yarn rainbow, which I think is genius. Absolutely genius. So I have no clue when I will start this, but yeah, I do have some spindles for this, which will work very well. So that's one purchase. Next, I was at Ross of the Wee Yarn Company. You will see him in the video as well. He was hiding because he was working, but he came out just a little bit. This is their Bonnie BFL sock, and the colorway is called Riots, not Diets. That is why I bought it, and it is pink. Like I said, I have my pink period. It's just perfect. Matches the Lang yarn I showed you from Zeeland very well if I need some heels, cuffs and toes. This is 100% superwash BFL yarn. So BFL is a very good sock yarn. I'm curious how that will be once I knit socks with it. Then I have this gorgeous braid of 100% BFL by Schaap en Draak. Look at that, isn't it beautiful? Absolutely stunning. Very autumnal, and it's really poofy and very woolly. Just something I really wanted to try. The color is called herfstkleuren, so autumnal colors, which definitely matches. Then I went to Bats and Threads. I got this John Arbon Devonia, which is 50% Exmoor Blueface, 30% BFL and 20% Luster Breeds in Ocean Rain. It is a bit shiny because of the plastic, but it is really pretty. So I got 100 grams of that. I really went for the spinning fiber. As you can see, proving my point, here is some fiber by Headwool based, Atelier Headwool based. It is merino silk, wool and viscose, merino silk, merino bamboo viscose, merino and merino nylon. So these are the petit fours, and they're basically tiny little bits of fiber. And I think they are blends and not the hand dyed, but maybe there's some hand dyed in there as well. I am not sure, but it really looks like blends. It really looks pretty. It looks really, really sparkly. Oh, that's probably the merino nylon in the bottom. I'm not sure if you can really see the sparkle on camera, but it's really pretty. Just a little bit of minis. It's about 75 grams, so basically 12.5 grams per color, I guess. Which is nice, just to try things. And then everything in the bag that's now left is yarn, and I also got a nice button. This is a button from Wool Hobby, and it says, "There is no knitting, please." Come on, focus on the button, not on me. See? Very cute. Very important message. If you make a mistake, you can leave it in. You do not have to fix it. Everything else I have in here. Let me see. Yeah, that's just paperwork. I bought a skein of yarn from Headwool based, and this is all a gift package for someone. So this is not for me, this is not for my stash. I just went in, got some really nice things for a gift package. And yeah, just enjoying buying yarn and not stashing it. This is their basic sock. So a 75% wool and 25% polyamide. Look how pretty it is. I wish I were the person getting the gift. Like, that's how I bought the stuff. This is by Schaap en Draak, a mini skein. It's called Dragon Eye, which I think is very amazing. I might actually have to buy another one on the breidagen, just because I need one as well. This is a cute little mini skein from Winnie's Wool. Winnie was also there, and it was lovely to meet her in person. And this is called Dijkgatbos, so probably some local forest to Winnie. Then at Bats and Threads I got a mini skein from Das Mondschaf. Look, really up my alley. Speckled with lots and lots of nice colors. And then last but not least, I also got a Wool Hobby mini for the gift package. And this mini is one that does assigned pooling, like the little bit of red in between the dark blue. It is 20 grams and it is a sock yarn. It is a wool, 75% wool and nylon. by the lovely Linda, who's also from the buttons, like I said. And yeah, also lovely to finally meet her, because we tried last year with Breidagen and other things I wasn't going to and she was going to, so it finally worked out, and she was really kind. She offered us a seat just in case Robert needed a quiet place to sit, because she had a big stand and lots of space and a chair. And yeah, but it was so terribly hot in the place where it was held that Robert just went outside. It was also hot outside, but then there was a bit of a breeze that you wouldn't stick to everything, and there wasn't the sound of the whole building. It was a nice place, and it was a nice setting and everything, but it was just too freaking hot. I think we raced through it in about an hour and a half. I said hello to everyone I wanted to meet, and then was like, yeah, I'm gonna run around with the camera and then we're gonna go home. Yeah, and then it was traffic hell, so yeah. But I think it was 30+ degrees, so probably everyone had a fried brain and couldn't drive anymore or something. On the Knit and Knot, I already mentioned Winnie's Wool. She had a stand on Thursday and Friday, but couldn't make it on Saturday. And on Saturday there was somebody else in her place, which was Hobbybags, and they had a giveaway. So you could leave your info at the stand, and the other option was do it on Instagram. So I left a message or a comment on Instagram, and on Sunday, I think, she pulled the winners and I won. So I won an amazing project bag, even though I didn't see her on the Knit and Knot, which was a shame because her bags are so beautiful. I think I did see her in person. She was running around that day. Or at least I think it was her. So beautiful project bag. I think this is faux leather and a really nice woven fabric. And then I will show you the inside, because the crinkling is the rest of the package. But the inside is also a really cute fabric. And what's even more cute is it has 2 pockets. Oh, it's so handy. I think that's amazing. So yeah, here we have Hobbybags, a card. The lovely Inge is on there, and on the stitch marker. I think that's so clever. So clever. There is some nice tea in it as well, and fudge, which I can probably eat because I checked all the ingredients, and I should be able to eat at least one of them, which is awesome because that's very rare that I find candy I can actually eat. That was not all that was in there, because it was a joint venture for this giveaway. There was yarn by De Draadzaak. Beautiful mini skeins in very nice, warm, pretty autumnal colors. So perfect for me. Absolutely the perfect colors for me. I really love it. This is a 75% merino superwash and a 25% nylon fingering weight. So a very good sock yarn. So probably going to be some heel scuffs and toes, or maybe it's going to be a colorwork project. I am not sure yet. Let me put that crinkle away now. There was also this. The Draadzaak has quite some vegan yarns. So they have Pima Cotton, DK Air. This is Pima Cotton DK. This is Tencel in a sport weight. This is bamboo in a sport weight. This is bamboo linen in a light fingering. A bamboo 100% in light fingering, and a 100% Pima Cotton light fingering. So very interesting for those who do not want to work with wool, or for those who are allergic to wool. that was still not all in the giveaway. Because there was this cute little bag with the sticker handmade. Because I want to see your face with a smile. Well, I can tell you, this package came at the right time and definitely made me smile. There's this card, how to use the counter thing that's in here. There is a stitch marker. This is by steekmarkeerders.nl. Find joy in the journey. Well, you know how it's going here, so we are definitely trying to find joy in the journey and not look to the finish line, because I do not like the finish line. There is this little bag with super cute stitch markers, seriously. Look at that. These are mini yarn balls with sparkles in a rainbow. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? I think this is super, super cute. With those Swarovski round thingies. I really like them. And then the necklace, not the necklace, the counting thingy, counting chain. That's it. This is a chain which goes from 1 to 0. Yeah, 0 is like the 10, 20, etc. There's also 2 with the lobster clasp on here, and when I read this right, you can actually count until around 1000 if you have to, by using those extra markers. So you hang it on your needles and basically move it every time you pass the round, so you can count your rounds. I think it's ingenious. I really, really like it. And I need a sip of water. So yeah, very, very nice price. Thank you very much, Inge. And also to Miek and De Draadzaak. I am sorry, I will check if your name is on there. No, just De Draadzaak on everything. So thank you very, very much for the generous giveaway. I have sure enjoyed it. Put it all back. It fits very nicely in this beautiful zipper bag. It is so pretty. Look at that woven fabric. Those autumnal, wavy, leafy kind of. I mean, this looks just like a leaf, doesn't it? It's absolutely gorgeous. And the handle, it's very well made. So if you need a project bag and you're in the Netherlands and you do not wish to pay lots of shipping or import fees and etc., definitely check out Hobbybags. There is the name on the label, and of course the link will be in the show notes. So yeah, those were my acquisitions. Then a really big box came for the shop, but for that I will have to reshuffle everything here. Let me show you, because I have put everything on the box, which wasn't very handy. So I will be back in a sec. I shuffled everything. I now have a Binks who also wants to help, and I have something very exciting for shop news to show you, because I have bought some new yarn for the shop. You know, probably if you are a longer time viewer, you know that I really, really love Schoppel Zauberball, and especially the Crazy. So I have now added this for the shop. Look at that. All the pretty colors. Look at it. Oh, it makes me so happy. This is one big box of happy. Just absolutely stunning yarn. I have bought the Zauberball Crazy, so the plied yarn. You can see really nice barber pulling gradient-ish yarn. I bought a lot of different colorways, so I went like wide instead of doing lots of one colorway. And I did not only buy the 4-ply, which is basically a 2-ply, but I also, so it's like the fingering weight yarn. I also bought the DK weight yarn, so that's this one. It is also a 2-ply, but it's called Stärke 6. So yeah, that's basically 6-ply from the thickness. So a DK weight. So I have fingering and DK weight. Schoppel Zauberball going into the shop as soon as possible. Here are more muted and autumnal colors. Also that really happy one. I think, no, that one is called Malerwinkel, so painter store or something in English. Here is another one. Look at that. Very cute colors. This is my favorite, Orangerie. So the orange one. But I also really love this and the pink one. And I just love them all. But please buy them all. I can buy more then. So yeah, very excited to add those to the shop. I have to do all the photography still, but from what I've heard, I can use the photos from Schoppel, which is nice because that means I can use the gradients photo as well, so you can actually see how the gradient goes in the ball. Bloop, bloop. That was the shop news. If you don't see the Zauberball yet, just wait a few days. I will definitely pop a message in the newsletter and send that one out. And I will also post it on Instagram and Facebook, of course. But I thought it would be nice to show it to you already, even though I know it is not yet in the shop. But it is coming and I'm really excited, as you can tell. What else do I have to say? Yeah, the personal update, I guess. So if you're not interested in that, absolutely fine. Then we will say goodbye. And I hope to see you again next time. For those of you sticking around, thank you very much. It has been a rough week. It was the week where we had scans, or basically Robert had scans, but we had to go to the results and everything. So yeah, we had 11 medical appointments together in 1 week, and I only had one myself, but I basically attended almost all the other ones. The scan I'm not allowed to go into, fine, but I still had to drive him to the hospital and take him home. So yeah, lots of hours in the hospital last week, but it's good news this time. The medicine he's getting to shrink the tumors is doing its job and shrinking the tumors. He has been taking it for 2 months now, so it is looking okay. The only thing is, it can work for months, it can work for years, and nobody knows how long it will work. And yeah, we just have to wait and see, but not wait and see. Like, we have to live now and definitely not wait. So that's the message. We had, because of the good results, some really difficult conversations with the doctors, because yeah, he needed to decide on things like DNR, and you do not want to decide that without talking to your doctor. What do they suggest? Also for epilepsy, things like going to the ICU if you cannot be brought out easy. If that is a good idea, the answer is no. Because of the recovery of those things and not being able to take the meds that keep the tumors down, etc. They will not make you better. They will, yeah, basically make you suffer longer. So those are really difficult conversations we've had, and that made the good news a bit of a doozy. So, but we're now settling again, a bit relaxing. It was really, really intense to think about all that stuff, because you don't just have the conversation with the doctor. You also have to think about what you want to say, and then you have to process what has been said. So we were really exhausted over the weekend. It is now Monday. We're still tired, but not as exhausted as over the weekend. And I feel a bit like, yeah, okay, we have had good news. Now we're gonna plan everything. All the stuff, like the breidagen and everything we both want to do. I'm probably going to the breidagen alone. I don't think Robert will handle that too well. So yeah, that's that. That was our week after our vacation. I need a vacation again. I would love to be at the beach now. So, but that's how it goes. I guess with that, that was all I have to say. And I'm going to leave you. I hope I can voice over the video I made at a knit and knot, and I will put it in here at the end. I hope you enjoy that. I will not speed it up, because maybe just a few bits where nothing interesting and I just turn, but I think it will be nice to walk in real time somehow. So you can actually see what's on the stand instead of, oh, it's already gone. So yeah, I hope you will enjoy that, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye bye. We are starting at Studio Spintel, and here you can see the beautiful spindles Brechtje makes and the gorgeous fibers she sells. And here is all the yarn. The yarn and fiber is sold under the name Foxy Fibers. And there was a Westnitz MCAL palette that was definitely my alley. There's also Brechtje's mom, who is doing a demo spin. And there's Brechtje herself with her dog. She has a support dog, so he was allowed there. And here's even more of her gorgeous yarns. Then we hop on over to the other side, and here is Wol Hobby. You can see the Wolzus, so the sister of Linda, who's in the back waving her fan. It was really, really ridiculously hot. They were doing demos on this part of their stall, and here's all the gorgeous yarn Linda dyes under her name Wol Hobby. So it is a wool hobby. She had a very big stand, and she was very busy chatting to everyone. But there was a little wave for us, and then we go to this side. I've skipped the other bits because they were less interesting for me, but I thought just walk over the whole grounds with you this way. And here we have the Wee Yarn Company with their beautiful bags and gorgeous bright yarns. And there were also some yarn balls, as you can see on the top shelf, and more beautiful project bags. There's, you see Ross just in the corner. There he goes, hard at work. So didn't want to interrupt too much. Now we're gonna go this way. This is Frog Mouse Studio, as you can see. Also beautiful hand-dyed yarns. And there was a crocheted sheep to take pictures and selfies with. There was also a lot of commercial yarn and other things like books, magazines, etc. And this was the whole area they were teaching. There were classes in all different kinds of things. And lots of samples there. Big balls of yarn. Lots of commercial yarns, and here beautiful yarns you don't see that much, and fiber as well in very big bumps. You could buy like how many grams you wanted from that. More beautiful hand-dyed fiber, and there is Winnie's wool, also nice and bright yarn. And next to Winnie's wool, I think that was Hobbybags, and there is Michelle of Miss Knitwit, who I was also very excited to meet. And there's another book stand with lots and lots of knitting books, but because I already had so many books, I did not look. If you can hear the purring, Bings just joined me because I was chatting to the laptop, so he had to be there. There is Schaap en Draak. Look at all that amazing fiber. Look at those colors. So pretty. And then there's the mini skeins and a few big skeins also, but way more skeins on that side. And there's Lisette herself, trying to film over the people waving at us. There's another stand with lots of yarn. And on the other side of this rack is Het Wol-based. Also so many pretty colors and project bags as well. There was so much to choose from. There's the fiber. Alexandra just walking out of view. Then there's Wolhalla, which is basically the sock yarn shop